This is Solipdipity, and today I am introducing my new game episode plan. At the end of my last episode, which was not organized at all, I realized that I really needed to create a plan. So this plan has a two-part intro and a matching two-part outro. And then we'll get the video content in the middle, and the outro salute at the end. So let's get to it. Solipdipity is a mashup. The name is a mashup between solipsism and serendipity. So the two parts that I was playing with are actually, one of them is kind of a literary reference, and the other one is etymology of the word. So solipsism is a Greek word that has three parts. Solo. Oh, let me see. I'll pull that up actually, because that would be good to get right. One of those. The first one is solos, which is alone. Ips, which is self, and ism, which is um, of thereof, of the before, I suppose. So, um, solipsism is believing that the self is all alone and everything else is part of the self, something to that effect. By the word. Um, so the parts I picked of it were solips. So this self is alone. This is true. The other part was serendipity. Now, serendipity turns out is the uh, it's a reference to the name of a city in Sanskrit. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, but it means the dwelling place of Lion's Island. The name of the island was like the island is part of the name, and then the dwelling place of lions is hyphenated. So like the word itself, the part of the name that doesn't mean island, it means dwelling place of lions. I'm not sure which is which in serendipity as it comes across, but serenity seems to be the part of serendipity that means that you have the good part of the word, and the dippity is the part of the word where it just happens to be that way. So serendipity means you just have random good chance, random good fortune. So solipdipity is just happened to be alone. That just happened to be that way. I mashed those words together and went with it, and this is just now when I am going back and researching. Oh, this is where this came from. Okay, so that was unscripted, but that was part of the intro. So the content of my channel is going to be a mashup of different things, kind of like the name. I'm going to have gaming content, and a lot of it's going to be World of Warcraft to start out with, because I am trying to get to level 80 to participate with my guild in the Phase 3 start of the content, and I have a long way to go. So that is why I am going to be doing a lot of World of Warcraft in my gaming sections of this stream. The other sections will be either literary or philosophical. So literary meaning we could potentially do book reviews or a book club type thing, or vice versa. Could talk about my writing or my other creative pursuits. That, like, for instance, my world building for my stories, or role playing games that I kind of is a mix up of different Dungeons and Dragons editions and Pathfinder editions. Oh no, just the first Pathfinder edition. And how I actually make the rules, but the story building is something that I'm trying to take from a book by my favorite author's mentor. So I think that'd be fun to talk about. The philosophical part, um, well, obviously I have an interest in words and etymology and let's say, ontology and different parts of philosophy that I am not prepared to even try to remember the names of at the moment, because we're about to go skin some horses. But the philosophy part of this channel, I want to be mainly focused on AI and the implications of the further growth of AI from where we are now, and also how I can interface with AI to achieve my goals in a way that is safe for everyone and effective for what I'm trying to do. So I want to start coding video games and making them, learning how to host them, learning how to publish them. So I'm going to have a few different subcategories of content between each of probably the three. So we'll have gaming and metagaming, and then we'll have philosophy and meta philosophy, and then we'll have literature or creativity and meta creativity. Works for me. So today we are in World of Warcraft, and the situation is that we are going to try to farm experience, and we are going to try to at the same time make gold and save up gold for the next big cost we're going to have, which is probably going to be 2 or 3 different flying permits that I need. Faster in the TBC content, and the upgrade for cold weather, and then also the speed limit increase. I think both of those. I don't have enough of that yet, but skinning is a great source of income for me. I just had some really nice sales, so wow, I didn't realize how punny that was before I did that. So that means that my strategy that I'm going for so far has been effective. The goals for this time frame, we're going to be working here for an hour, because the duration of the buffs I'm using, well, one of them I would have to use some resources to make last an hour exactly, but this one I can just recast at 30 minutes. But these ones here, whichever one of these I use, and then this one, my Guardian Elixir and my Battle Elixir, my Scroll, my Food Buff, Weapon Oil. For Weapon Oil, I actually really prefer
What would you ask
the, I guess, late game classic version, because it gives a comparable amount of spell power. Maybe this is the TPC version and not the Wrath version, but giving crit also is just, I don't know. I think I'd like to have that, but I couldn't find any of this on the market, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, that also lasts an hour. I think this does too. So we're going to go out for an hour, and the way I've got this set up is my auto run paddle on my mouse is also my Dimples summon button and my Hearth button. This is Dimples. He's been with me through multiple different versions of World of Warcraft Classic, whether it be private servers or retail servers now. What I mean by that is I don't think I bought him once, but in most of the servers I've ever played, I've always been able to find this little guy. And now he's going to follow me through the entire episode. So, I'm still working out the best way to travel the path between these, I think, 5 different spawns of 10 running horses. 10 10 corpses to skin is a gold mine, and they just run around in a pack that's about the size of a blizzard. So I couldn't find a better place to actually do this for an hour. And I think with the number of spawns I can find, the rotation will, if I can get it right, will allow me to keep going from one to the next to the next to the next without having downtime because of respawns. Now, I think that the game sound needs to be turned down. It is distracting me. So, the way you do that is reduce that from holy crap. Okay, that's more reasonable. The spawns show up. I'm gonna get probably an add-on to help me show the spawn locations of different mobs. I had an add-on for that in Classic, but I don't know if it exists for Wrath or if someone else has made a new one, but I wish there was. It would show like all the different spawn points for that particular item, whether it be a node or a mob spawn. The crap, where is it? When the world shakes like that, that means that there is either something like this walking by or the thing in this zone that kills you. If you're at level, big 80 elite. Okay, where was I? So okay. Roving. I have multiple different games in my head that are mixing up now. The spawn of 10 horses that go in circles around the ends of these golden fields. I think they're maybe trodden. That's why they're looking that way. Maybe that's kind of the idea, but there's one over here, one over here, and one over here. And there's one back here, and one right here, and I think one right here. And I think going above the Westfall Brigade encampment, the Alliance camp here has more horses to do with it. But I think going through this to actually make a triangle instead of a V would be more productive. So I'm going to try and figure out what the best path is going to be. This part right here is always going to be a repeat because it's so long. But we'll find out. So I'm going to start the hour from when I actually pop the buffs. So this video itself is going to be a little bit longer. Because I guess the execution section of the video is going to be the actual hour, or 2 hours in other cases. Okay, so that makes sense. Here we go. Let's execute the mission of the day, or mission of the video. There we go. First thing we're going to do is stop going the opposite direction we're supposed to be going. I wish, I don't know if one exists yet, but a mod that, I think maybe I have one that does this, that would make it so if I had gear in my inventory with movement speed enchants on them, or whatever set I happen to put together to say, okay, my character just mounted up, please switch to this gear set. I wish I had that here, but I've given up on it for the moment. But more important things to look for. Alright, so I want to go up over to the end of this trodden section. And we are bounded by, on one end of this farming area by, okay, there's a horse here, but if we look down past these golems, the number of horses disappears and you start getting wolves, or if you go up the mountain you start getting stags, deer. So you got horses in the valleys in between. You got the roaming. Well, I guess they are roaming. You got these roaming spawns here that are making these paths. I guess they basically run around those entire paths. So you got that one there. It's one spawn of them per. Now this one, I don't know if it actually has one that goes around through here. I don't think I've seen one in there, but there is one in here. So we're looking at one here and one there, and then we're going to go up through this way, up the mountain path. Let's see. Let me actually make sure of the bounds of this. I think there might be... Nope, those are bears. So those are definitely not horses. So let's go up this way. We want to find all of the spawns of these. Those are bears. Those are bears. Okay. So we definitely know that the end of this yellow area is where they're going back and forth as far as these corners go, and anywhere below it. But up this hill over here, oops, we have horses. So whenever we see horses, there's going to be at least 4 or 5 of them that we can gather up and skin a pile of them, and then move on, and then skin a pile of them here. And I believe there is a spawn that comes through this area, like it comes through around like this. I think there it is. It might have made this dirt road. So the dirt road from down here is the way. If you're coming from this one, you want, and you happen to go up this road, you want to go up the dirt road off of the cobblestone road. You don't want to go down here. There's just golems and elementals that are named golems. I think they should just, I don't know, whatever. I play too much D&D. Well, for this, D&D and OCD are a bad mix. Okay, so there's this one here that we have, and then we have the golems. These are giants, actually. So these ones actually get the proper creature name. And then we got these horses here. I thought there was another one up here. Might be they got killed recently. I mean, I've been doing what I've been doing. My character had been sitting in town from before now, so it wasn't me. If they're dead somewhere. I guess there's one over here, or is that the same one? Maybe I'm just killing a respawn and thinking it's 2 different ones. Okay, that's a nice refresh of that. This is an event buff that goes off every once in a while. I've jumped out of my chair when it went off a couple times. But these guys are, well, they are AoE farmable. They are not skinnable. Same with these humanoid ones over here. I'm not sure why they're not skinnable. But again, that's RimWorld talking, probably. So I guess we got 4 spawns, if I even can. I don't know. We're going to go pick an end, and today I'm going to, well, actually, let's go show those, the end point over here. I think we'll pick that one instead of the giants today. See, this is the elemental it's a golem, but it's an elemental. What is this? Okay. What is this thing I pointed at was my UI indication telling me that if I control C, I steal that spell. That's where my spell steal is keybound. And yep, we're looking at stags and wolves. Means there are no more horses in that direction. Now this guy will chase me for 10 seconds until which will be refreshed if I do damage to him, and then he'll run back. Same with anything else. I think, though, it has diminishing returns after you've done it like 4 or 5 times, though. Okay, so we have a target. We should get ready to buff up. We're going to go like this. And then we're going to pick this one. And this one, and sit down to eat. So they got 10 seconds to get away. We'll see how they do. They got 10 seconds for me to get this buff here. I need to then cast all my other ones. Okay, these guys are turning back around, so I can gather up everything in the middle and then kill this whole place at once, hopefully. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so the hour starts with those buffs. So those buffs end, this is when I'm going to stop doing this. Oh! Okay, so here's the other rule. If I die, the weapon buff stays on. Nothing else does, though. Not using that kind of buff out here. So I still gotta play out the hour, but I lose the buffs, not rebuffing those. Oh, there was more content I wanted to go over in the second part of the intro, was my gear and my gear goals, but I will go over that after I post things, because I don't actually have any goals until I get another couple levels. I do also want to figure out what level we have to get to do, what is that, Arena of Annihilation or something like that? The one that's over, what is it called? Arena of Annihilation? Amphitheater of Anguish. Yeah. Oh! This is the gold button, or not button, this is the golden ticket, I guess. That's the one that sold for $66.99.84. This is the one that could have ruined my day if I had let him. Okay, so we're gonna go out this way, over that way, and then back down here. You're lucky this time. Alright, I'm gonna refresh this, which is Ice Barrier. I also have Noise Machine, so there's going to be another shield that will look exactly the same because it stops the same kind of damage on Nan Mod, or Nan Shield. So I've gotten it confused a couple times, but it does say the name on my What's Up here. I guess I'm going to do a metagaming video about the mods I'm using. Because that's not a gaming video, that's a metagaming video, right? So I wouldn't be playing the game, I would be talking about it. Okay, I think it works. You, however, need to stop what you're doing. Alright, we're gonna wait just a couple seconds here. Now. Okay. Now, they made skinnable corpses glow, or have the shinies in this expansion. They didn't have that in Classic or TBC, as far as I remember. I might be wrong about that, but the thing about it is it makes spamming your skin button at one spot problematic, because immediately after you skin, they become lootable, and then they're not lootable again. And it takes, at least my cursor, a second and a half or so to figure it out, when what I found is if I just click on a different location where it couldn't possibly be the same one I was clicking on, then we can chain the caching in process faster. Let me see if I can... Yeah, there's enough here. These ones are not skinnable, these moths. Yeah. But these guys will help me demonstrate the point. Alright, we're gonna shutter combo there and shadow combo. Oh, we missed the... Okay, so I also actually missed them. I missed it by timing, but I also actually missed a spell. So that awesome sounding and looking thing was this going off with my Shift E, which is my Brain Freeze proc, which will be Frost Firebolt later. But the other thing I was trying to say, I was trying to... Okay. I will show it with the next big pile. It's actually easier with the bigger pile. Bigger pile to show. You run into the problem much faster, that is. Whereas you can only run into it once with a pile that small. There's no horses past this yellow grass. So it makes me wonder, like, where's the... I think there has... It might just be that the one that goes over there comes all the way over here. And by the time I was going through here again, they were already respawned. Maybe there's only two down here. That's just one. Okay, so we're gonna go... Whoa! We're not doing it that way. We're gonna go above the Alliance camp. That one's not high enough level to have anything to skin. Otherwise, you better believe it, bud. You better believe it. Okay, so... One horse, two horse, red horse, blue horse. Okay. Yep, I don't see one over... I just see that over there. Where'd the other one go? There he is. Oh, I see that one. Okay, you. Okay. I'll damage that one again for timer's sake. Maybe restarting it multiple times as well. Initiates the return. The mission returns faster, but I hope not. Would make the most sense though. So he broke my ice barrier, which procced the freeze. Now, if you get a good ice cone of cold kite, you can really pack them tight. There's one in there that has a lot of health. He's the one that I want to throw this at, and then they all died together. So this was this one. So if I press it, first line, cast. If it's shift, fireball. If no mod or nothing, then blizzard. And there's no rank 1 blizzard that costs less mana anymore. It does less damage, and there's a lower rank, but it doesn't cost less anymore. So, rip. But the other thing is, if I'm holding shift, there is no cast with blizzard. But if I happen to be holding shift, also use 13. Which is your first trinket slot. So, whenever I replace this trinket, I'm gonna have to change this macro and my power macro. The power. So I've got them, because this one doesn't have an activation at all, so I'm specifically set up for doing the thing that I'm neglecting to do and watching them. Okay, so see how the cursor is staying skinning? These ones are both needed loot still. So if I spam the button right here, right after I finish skinning one, it thinks I'm clicking on the one that I already skinned. You saw how I was kind of jerking right in the middle there. Whereas these ones, yeah, it does the same thing. Because the loot takes priority, I guess. So it blocks the skin every time you try to click it until the mob underneath actually starts disappearing. So that's why I move my cursor to some part of the other mob that has no overlap with the one underneath, because it actually uses the hitbox of the creature's shape to determine what's overlapping and what's not. After Mists of Pandaria, you have AoE looting, and you never even contemplate this issue. But from Classic, this was how things were. I think I got him frozen. Broke the shield, I guess. Okay. So when I do these live, down here under this is my actual chat box, and I have the channel conversation there. I get the messages up here, which I'm gonna have to get used to as soon as, you know, I start having a chat present while trying to do this. Hoping that's soon. Trying to build a community of some type or another. Supportive viewers, I guess? Supportive participants? We'll try to work on different ways everybody can participate. Because performing is not the only thing a streamer necessarily can do. Relax, streamer, you're getting philosophical on your gaming stream. How about I just shock you for fun of it? Oh wow. Sometimes you just happen to be all by yourself. And what you gonna do? You're gonna adapt. That's what you're gonna do. I think we're going up right now. So we're gonna go up the dirt road. So over there is not what we want. Over here potentially is though, I think. Yeah, oh, there it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. Alright, so whatever the lead horse is, whenever they get back in their normal pattern, put the blizzard right, yep, right there. They all run into it. And then they break my shield. Oh no. Whatever you do, don't break my shield. So, since I had it on before combat started, it's already come off cooldown. So if I happen to need it, you know. Now, the funny thing about that Shift E macro I have is, I guess items get processed first, so like use lines get processed before cast lines. Or because I've tried it both ways with the macro, with the trinket before or after the spell, but it seems like the trinket always goes first. And a big part of the reason I'm casting my brain freeze proc at the end of combat is to not have it floating over my head the whole time I'm skinning. So I try to get to that with, I don't know. But that is a small price to pay for doing so much damage with one button press. Especially if it comes at the end of a, wind up. Alright, so the one that patrols long is definitely down, but there's a wide area spawn of them. So, there is no necessarily red is dead culture anymore that I find. Like, I'm not, at least I'm not interested in it. And oh boy, you didn't get frozen there. All right, well. So the Fingers of Frost proc counts for all spells that I cast now. I think it used to be just fire or frost spells that it would add 50% to the crit chance of. Just to add on top of, whatever you had. Almost 20 in this case. But now it gets added to my Arcane Explosion, so it does make a little bit more sense to just be spamming that. But I noticed when I was winding up my Flame Strike that my Cone of Cold was still on cooldown, so I went with the Explosion instead. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's an example of the leash breaking. You can call it that, I think. Just a second. Okay. I got this over here, I think. I'm not sure how that happened, but probably me. So, if they're affected by an ability that, say, slows them, or an ability that damages them once, whoops, the tether is exactly the same amount of time. And going off mission, I need to kill things as fast as possible during the hour. Anyway, so if you have something with a damage over time on them, like Fireball or Living Bomb now, or, any Warlock ability, almost. Yeah, Fracture Warlock ability, almost. No? Yeah, almost. Every time they take damage, that timer is reset. Now, I'm pretty sure I've had it where I shot a Frost or a Nice Lance at a mob, or, any old spell at a mob, did damage to them, and then watched them immediately turn around and leash back to where they went, where they started from. They evade the entire way back until they get to exactly where they initially aggroed you from. So there's no recovering from that if you're trying to keep a tight pool. I mean, in a timely fashion. So I think there are diminishing returns on the timer reset, and I'm wondering if it has to do with how long the original one was, or how often you take damage, because I don't know. I guess the easy way to test that would be to have a spell that's longer than the originals had. No, I don't know if there's any. Okay, this is not the time to try to incorporate these guys into that. I might be able to catch them on the rebound, though. Those are all skins now, so they'll stick around for a second. Alright, we're gonna... No, 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 no. Right there. Missed one. Alright. Did I get them all frozen? Alright, that was a clincher. Alright. Okay. The thing about the Swan is it's free. It doesn't cost any mana. And I felt like I could sneak one in there before I did anything else. This way, you can just go back down the line and just skim them, I think. Looks like it. Yep. Like I said, right when the skin ends, you can see how it changes to a purse for a second there. Oh, there was one there, actually. There's two there. Well, either way, it still does that. Yeah. Alright, we got 38 minutes of content left. Let's do this. We have... We're gonna have to re-scroll soon. And gonna have to re-int soon. And dampen is down. Dampen wasn't up, I think, though. So I'm altering sides because none of these horses are overlapping with the other ones. If I go like that, I don't get the purse at the end because I'm nowhere near the one that just got skinned. Alright. That might be the... I don't know if I want to scour the back of this one. I think I already got the spawn I was here for, so... Let's... go. We're gonna go all the way to the end of this one, and then get this one, and then come back through here, and hopefully get this one, and then just, I think, do it like that. Oh, I see a horse. How many horses do I see? 3 horses. Oh, same hunter. Ho ho. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Part of my Frostbolt bung is a pet attack command. There's, it's really nice when that third proc goes off. 200 increased damage. Unfortunately, it only applies to the next spell that hits them. So sometimes I do really big damage Frost Novas. Like, not really, no. But if it's a single target spell, it's pretty nice. And sometimes I am Frost Novaing a single target, so I guess it's the same amount of damage either way. Added damage. Oh, come then. So of course it's a crit on a Frostbolt, I think, then it... Well, I would still get 400 on a crit, right? Either way. Don't know if I've seen that. Alright. We got some dregs to clean up here. Oh, we have to damage the back guy again. Break it. Oh. It wasn't, that was the other type of shield. Did I get them all? Okay, we're about the halfway point now. Our scroll and our intellect is about to fall off. We'll do maybe one more decent sized pull, and I think we'll have to rebuff those ones at least. But that is why I got twice as much of those, I think, but I don't know, I could be mistaken. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them back here. That I see so far. 5. Okay. I think there's another one, is there? Well, information gathered. Alright, so yeah, great thing. They're passive. They don't mind my presence until I damage them or freeze them. What? What is... What? Who? What? Seriously? I don't know what that guy was. If I can get those to be up and they're within flame strike range, I can get a moving frozen flame strike cone of cold. I think it's pretty cool. Of course, the water elemental freeze is perhaps a more controllable way to achieve that. Oh, jackpot. Got him. Oh, I think I derped my first shield break proc. Sometimes they'll stay in the freeze for a long part of the blizzard and never get broken out. I'm not sure if the break chance scales with like the shield original maximum or current maximum, but oh boy. Are we doing it? Okay, we're doing it. Leave no horse unskinned. Okay. That turns out that was... While it does have a cooldown, it is still consumable. Oops. That was optimistic. See, that ought to hold them. Like, they shouldn't be getting ready to run before that freeze ends. If you really want the lightning, I'll bring the thunder. Okay, 27 minutes. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get I mean, unless we're here for quite a while longer, I don't think we're gonna get another herd. So let's move on to this one and get that one. So, yeah. Leave those respawning ones alone. Let my respawns go! Alright, yep, there's a juicy target. Look at that. As if a silver platter. Oh, hit me. Oh, you are one tough enchilada, aren't you? Yes, you are. Huh. This is the zen part of it for me. So we get into a flow and just let it go. I think the music will be back shortly. Oh, I need to apply these two and this one. Okay. See if they have significant numbers to call. Yes, they do. Oh dear. Alright. We're heading toward the end over here. So we need to go like that way above this arrow. We don't want to go to the encampment, we want to go above it. On the other side of it. So that means like above that way. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, yep, you're coming. Okay. Thought I saw one over there. Oh, I guess you guys are precious. Just don't die. Okay. Ah, you... Priority is go to Westfall. Go to Westfall. West by Westfall West. We're going to go west into West Falls West. While not westing into West Falls. Fall of West. Okay. Horses up here anywhere? Horses? Okay, so how about out here? We got horses across this road over here. I think we do. I think we got horses. They are pretty much contained in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect the hangers on. Get their attention. Alright, I got their entire group under one blizzard, but I want him still. So what we're gonna do is move closer, put another blizzard down that, well, that's what we got deep freeze for. Goodness. Okay, so from here, we want to go down to this one, which is back that way. But back that way is better than this way. Out there is stags and wolves. Oops. See if I can find a wolf. They're up on that mountainside, I think. There's a horse. Another stag, and there's a wolf. Alright, well, here are got him. Alright, now we also got to worry about what else we got. What we got here is potentially more than we want to deal with all at the same time. Slow down just a little bit more. Fall down, alright. Already they've all fallen down. I think you can actually use the rocks. Like if you really have to, you can position on the other side of a rock and you can blizzard on the other side of the rock and they have to go around. So when they have to start going around, you can just, I don't know. Possibly just put it here, I guess, and then get them both on the way around instead of them being able to go in a straight line. I don't know if this would work, but if it did, that would be. I think if it's above them, I don't think it works. Not for our abilities. Their attack range, they don't care, but I don't think it works for us. I'm not sure though. That is to say, if it did, I wouldn't be sad. Let's find out. Come here. We have a question for you. We need you to be going slow. And we want to know if you get slowed down more. If I have this targeted up there. See how many times it got hit? Oh, that's why I was excited to see that. Oh, didn't know if I was going to get a fireball on that one, but it's going well. It's going well. Okay, so we got this one, so we're going to go up the path now and find the dirt path. What are we looking at? Looking at some good numbers here. Some real good numbers. This right here alone is probably 30 gold. Maybe including all of those. Definitely including all of those. Alright, we got horsies on this hill. This here hill got horsies. We don't want anything to do with those. I don't know if like I can do something with them without engineering, but I'm not here for that at the moment. Might be able to like take them apart or something. That'd be cool. I'd be much more excited about farming mechanicals if I knew I could scare quotes to skin them. Okay, now we're trying to get up the hill. So whatever I'm not going after that one. Whatever we can drag up the hill though. Let's try and do so. Okay, we want to reset the timer on all of them to be matching. We got 4 on that timer. Oh, 4 on the same timer again, hopefully? Or did the one that took the 5th hit be a different timer? I don't know. Okay, well, it is fortuitous when it, breaks exactly when you were trying to cast yours. I didn't have any. I did have forewarning actually. That's what my UI does. I have Nan Shield for Wrath of the Lich King. There's different versions. Oh, look at that! I have mana. Oh boy. Oh no, no, like this. Not like this. Ah! Okay. Come back. I have treats, I promise. Oh my gosh. This is the moment where you go, attaboy. Good job, Boner. Oh, you jerk. Just let me. Wow. Greed. Greed. Greed is not your friend, no matter how big it smiles. Let's try and make sure I don't lose these. A slow panic cold snap there too. Alright, well, we got the they're gonna be coming back around the mountain when they come. Broken group. Not 10 anymore. Oh, I already had. Okay, I'm ready for the close-up. Ow! Oh, would you stop it? Okay, we're gonna just try and get them all in the same one again. No tier 1. Ah! Okay. Some protection going here. Still have my breaking one. Still have my ice barrier freeze too. I'm gonna have enough seconds to get my Q freeze back, I think. And I have this for mana, and I actually did not have this for mana because I used this for health. I did have a grenade still, which you can throw grenades while running. It does take a cast bar for them to finally launch, but you don't have to stop. So there might be a time I die where I go, if I had used a grenade there, would I have lived? And yeah. Fortunately, we didn't get that far this time. Or Invis. Invis is a painful one to forget about. Like, I have a whole brand new spell sitting right here, and I could have used it. But no, I'm right here, making this death walk again. Again, for the second time in a row. Oh. Okay, we will wait. We will collect the other things. We will save the pretty things for when we are ready to have pretty things. Oh! Oh, wow. That, I don't know what it is, but I do feel like I have a good sense of the timing on, okay. Get over here. Okay, you were my pet passion project, and we are going to now profit off of your pieces. Oof. Seven minutes left. That's we got the good part coming up, and then we might have another good part after that, or that might just be the whole spawn from over here. So then we'd be heading back toward over there. There might be a spawn in here. There's 2 up here and 2 down here, I think is what it is. I'd be sad if there were only 3, but I like to think there are 4. The 5th one is my unicorn. I'm not sure how I got to 5 before. Oh, would you please? Oh. Yeah, so I don't have the hit talents in my talent tree right now. And I'm noticing more and more often how much I miss it. seeing that miss where I'm not sure like that's the built-in misses you're always gonna get, or if I just, you know, could have hit that but in a different choice. Alright. I want to put it right in front of the lead horse. Let's just freeze you for now. No? Okay. I'm seeing that one in the back there. I want them all frozen. Okay, I missed one of them. Was that one already frozen? Seems like it was. Highland Mustang going the wrong way. Ooh! Did he have potions up still? Yes, he did. Should he have used a grenade to lose less health? Freeze them, let the other three get in, grenade them. Especially since I can make boxes of bombs. They come with 10. What's the range of Flame Strike? No, the radius. I think Blizzard is bigger than 10 and Flame Strike is smaller than 10, but I'm not sure. At any rate, a radius of 10 is better than a radius of 5 for pulling purposes. And the fact that they don't incapacitate is good for pulling purposes as well, because you don't have to wait for that to expire. Alright, we got 3 minutes left. We're not looking at a juicy bit. But we're not going back that way, so here we go. So we're following the road, the dirt road back, but we're gonna part and go straight over instead. Okay, so we got 3 here, 4. We've got 2 minutes, 2 usable minutes probably at best here, so I see 8 that we could have grabbed, maybe 7 or 8. There's not gonna be any more horses over here. We're looking over here now to get our last juicy bit. It looks kind of like this, but bigger and juicier. And we have everything, so we can try and be tricky about it too. If we do it fast. Step 1, success. Secondary objective, hit no moths. I think I got one. Yeah, we're looking at 1 minute left. Alright, so that is the hour completed. We are going to start getting ready for the outro. I am going to, as part of the mission for this, post up the income, or the haul that we got, and then we'll see how much it is worth on my server in relation to other things to do this type of activity. I think it's pretty good. We'll find out. This game works itself out well for 1 hour increments because that button because of those buffs. So there they go. They're dropping off now. We're heading back home. Ah, not that one. We want to go to this one. That's this is prime performance here. This is what top raider performance sounds like.
Be quick about your business.
Okay, we sold junk for 39.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Gonna repair for some number. Come on.
Quick about your business.
Maybe 30, maybe 45 counts the. Yeah, he didn't count the greens. We'll call that 45 minus 3. 40, 45, somewhere in there. We got mail to pull out from our last haul. And we now have 332, 69, 11. Sounds good to me. And we have 700 posted. So we're going to switch back to WoW UI, go to post. I know TSM has a way to post too, but this gives me control over what I'm posting against and how much. And I can't automate it, that's true. But I think I like the layout for this nostalgically and practically much better than. So the thing is, my leather seems to be selling. I don't seem to be getting it back. So I'm going to keep selling it where it's at and compete with these guys by. Let's do it. Let's just call it pony red. Alright, here we go. So 1 gold, right? So the sensible price for something that takes 5 to make 1 of the other thing would be 20 silver, right? So why is that gonna sell for? I'm gonna call it, man. I'm not getting those back. Alright, so ultimately we went down to 326 in our inventory, and our posted gold total went up by about 350. So with the sold gold, I would say that's about 400 gold that hour. I'm not going to total it on a calculator because the differences between 5 gold at that point don't make much of a difference to me. They could later if the bulk numbers were much, much higher, for instance. But, okay, so let's go to the outro. Let's add the thing first that I wanted to get done that I was planning on doing in the intro. This is what my character is wearing right now. I'm 74, and I didn't really play much at all during TBC. So, this is my most recent upgrade, and I used a TBC Thrallmar enchantment on it because mana per 5 doesn't hurt me. So like they changed all of the things that added healing to just adding spell power. So I use, for instance, not those. Elixir of healing power, and it gives me spell power these days. This I think is a prime suspect for an upgrade. I still am wearing the Frostfire set because basically while I'm leveling, I have a comfortable pool of life and mana, so I'm looking at spell power, and I haven't found an upgrade for this that isn't, well, that's anywhere up to level 74 that isn't like raid gear from the previous expansion. So that's why I'm wearing level 60 gear still. People get freaked out by the level. I'm like, well, look at the stats. So this one I think was, nope. This is one that I bought PvP gear just to get up to where I was at. I recently tinkered it. That was fun, but it doesn't seem to show the spell power from the tinker that it says it gives. But I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. This is the item level 92 item that I'm still using. The difference between 92 and like 160 maybe 200 even, like if you look the spell power, okay, so 160 and this one is, those numbers at the top are like 40 or 50 60 instead of 20, but the spell power numbers, I mean, some of them are double at 200, but 47 is still pretty high. And that 200 damage at the very bottom of the set there that I have activated, however, this is sad. I had to replace like a better bracer because I replaced my hood. But that's okay. Well, speaking of which, we have a hood reveal. I'm gonna actually show my hat. Yeah, my weapon I think I'm going to be upgrading from when I get to the Zuldrak Amphitheater of Anguish. I think that's where my next upgrade's gonna come from there. Wand, I don't know yet, and I cannot find anything on the market that's better than this that I can, acquire over, with gold or whatever, or with like a minimal amount of time away from leveling. These I've made, and I looked them up actually on the research I did. These were the top 2 trinkets that I would use, that I could use, up to this item level. So, good eye there. This is part of my set, so I'm wearing it still. Easy to replace once I have an item to replace every other part of the set that I'm using. But this ring is replaceable now. By the time I get to 74, no, 75, 76, they're all replaceable, but up to there. I think it's going to last me to 75. It was a good estimate. I made it at about 71. This is replaceable, like eminently replaceable. I think I got it questing, and it replaced something that was not much worse. But this had different stats and a different array of stats, so I'm like, okay, I'll take the MP5 because that's gonna help you a little bit. This I'm still wearing for the same reason as the rest of the set. This one is actually pretty nice. You're not gonna find a whole lot of leggings outside of raid gear, or elsewise that have 27. I'm doing some math here, just a second. 27, 50, 62, 62, 98 spell power on them. I mean, you get 80 for sure, but yeah, this one has 3 sockets, so that made it really customizable to what I wanted. And all these orange and purple that I'm using are really nice for, whatever this might require. The gloves are Frostfire. Yeah. So we got 66, 99, 76 coming through. And, oh, I guess you guys can't see that. I'll have to remember that. Alright, so I said we would do a reveal of the hat. Isn't it in display? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, show helm. Hey, how about that? All right. Now, that was the part that I wanted to do at the beginning. Good thing I did at the end because it was way too long. Okay, so the choice of what we did to accomplish what we wanted to do. The choice, any other options at this level that I could be doing, basically, is the question here. So Grizzly Hills has a couple different places you can go to farm mobs. I just happen to really love those herds because I'm skinning them. If you wanted to do humanoids, there's a whole bunch of different options between, these two zones, and I think, well, I guess I don't know. I guess Dragon Blight has there's a few different places you can go between here to level, depending on what you want to be, experiencing the whole way through. If you want to be the fastest as possible, well, you're gonna have to find somebody else to get advice from, because I don't know how to do that, and I'm not trying to learn it yet. So the other option I know of would be to go down here, I think, and farm undead and bats, but they don't have herds like those horse do. So I think in the hour I got, oh boy, maybe 20%, 15-20%. That's pretty nice. So I think the choice worked out well for the options available. The game loop performance. We got 400 gold for that. We're maxed out already on skinning levels, but I think that was good progress toward our next goal. So we want at least enough to get all of our flying bam bam when we get to 80. That would be great. So plus 400 to this is good progress. I don't know those exact numbers yet, but we'll find out later. So I would love it for people who are feeling the inclination to support this channel to do so. I will, in this section of my videos, I will also add shout outs to other content creators that I have learned from or admire or recommend for one reason or another. So in this instance, I guess there's a few different ones, but no, I can't think of a specific. I mean, Wowhead is the biggest resource I've been using, and all these. I'll make a mod video later. But the modding community in WoW is really awesome, as far as how much they've done and what. I would not be playing this game without being able to change that UI. Okay. So the goals of this channel, I want to get sustainable I'm okay. Part of what I'm going to be doing within the work of this week will be to get all of those goals written out number by number and find a way to present them that I feel comfortable with and that it matches the purpose and direction of this channel. That is one of my goals. I'm going to get that out at least to myself as soon as possible. We'll see about posting it on the blog or whatever character profiles there happen to be attached to. I think there's Steam and Teams and not Teams. Oh, jeez. Wow. Steam's Twitch, Steam's. Anyway, and I have a YouTube, which I'm going to be trying to build up. Okay. Well, after all of that rambling, I think we are here. Solipdipity reporting in. Mission complete. Oh, I forgot. This is part of that, right? Whoop. Okay. Mission complete.